Hi, it's Joey here from Inspire All Stars, and I just wanted to take a moment this evening to talk to you about some key life skills that I really believe cheerleading helps develop in young people, and that I've been thinking about a lot today. So today our gym is closed due to adverse weather conditions, and we've had to change and adapt our plans in order to accommodate that, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that in a moment. But what it got me thinking about was adaptation and determination. Now, whether you realise it or not, these are key skills that you use in the gym on a regular basis when you are training. Now, if you are a disabled athlete or you're an athlete with an injury of some kind, you're going to recognise some of the more obvious adaptations because you literally have to make those every day. You know, if you only have one arm, how do you hold a prep grip? If you are a wheelchair user or you have an ankle injury, maybe you're thinking about how do I adapt to standing warm-up so that it's seated on the floor. You're doing those kind of things every day, and it's really obvious that an adaptation has been made. However, every athlete is constantly subconsciously assessing risk and adapting during stunting and during tumbling. Your flyer falls, everybody quickly risk assess which way they're going, and you adapt to make sure that you catch your flyer. Or maybe your primary base steps back as the stunt goes up. Your secondary base will step in so that they adapt and ensure that the skill stays up in the air. Or you're tumbling and you suddenly realise there's someone in your path that hasn't seen you're doing backflips at 100 miles an hour, and you adapt your pathway, or you change what you're doing in order to avoid hitting them, or vice versa. You're standing in the pathway of a jump of tumbles that is going 1,000,000 miles an hour, and you adapt your pathway to your jumps to make sure that you don't get hit, but that you get to your jumps on time. So you're literally doing this all the time in training, and you are doing it with determination to succeed. You will move with all your might to make sure that you catch that flyer and they don't hit the ground and they're injured. Or you'll ensure that you adapt your pathway to your jumps, missing that tumbler, not just because you don't want to get injured, but because your team is relying upon you to get to your jump position on time and hit that score for them in jumps. You are doing all of these things in high-pressured situations where people's physical safety is at risk. When you're doing it on a competition floor, you're doing this in front of an arena full of thousands of people watching you. So these are high-pressured situations, and you're doing this, week in, week out. And these are skills that adaptation, risk assessing, determination, these are skills that will go, into every aspect of your life. So when you're in your cheerleading practice, you're not just practicing a sport, you are honing your brain to enable you to become a quick decision maker, to be able to adapt in situations of adversity, to assess risk. And you're doing all of it in a teamwork scenario where you are having to communicate with others. So back to tonight's training session. Our practice is cancelled, but we have a showcase on the weekend, so our team need to practice. So our youth coaches will be running their training session on their private Facebook group, uploading videos. They'll be doing some Facebook Live stuff. The athletes will be having to video themselves running their dance and their jump sections, and they're going to be uploading them to their comments. We're determined to ensure that our athletes are as prepared as they can be for the showcase this weekend. But we're also showing those young athletes that when there is a problem, like the gym's closed, there is always a solution or a way to adapt. And if we can create and grow, if we can grow and nurture young people so that they can grow up confident in risk assessing and adapting and being determined to succeed, then that is a great privilege as a cheerleading coach, and as an athlete that is an incredible life skill.